I've got looks made for radio. Eric Jorgensen. In January of this year, my wife and I were looking at retiring in June. I was setting myself up to start my vacation time in March, job search, and take my son and my wife back up to Connecticut where we were going to start a new life. The day I was supposed to go to Connecticut for a job fair, she just started, there was something off, a little weird. I couldn't put my finger on it. But I packed my truck up and I was going to go to Connecticut anyway. And that night, right before I went to bed, William and I were, I got William set up for bed, and she, Chris and I were kind of talking. I was trying to talk. She wasn't really there. Long story short, I ended up taking her to the emergency room with William. And when I got to the emergency room, I'd find out she'd had 6 strokes by the time I got there. She passed away on April 4th, so I think it was spring break at that time. So I had some time. I took him home. The funeral was over Easter weekend, so she was buried over Easter weekend. And we came back. William and I came back, and it was time to start a new life together. At the time of my wife's death, William had difficulty washing himself. He didn't know how to tie his shoes, and we were really doing everything for him. And that was okay because she was around to do that. So when she was gone, it was kind of about 2 months where poor William had to deal with Dad trying to figure out how he liked his food, or, it was a bit of a struggle for both of us. And I had no idea how to cook a meal for an autistic child who, well, he likes his spaghetti, but it can only have enough sauce to make it a little red, but not like, or, his peanut butter and jelly can only have X amount of peanut butter. It can only be this kind of bread. And I mean, that was all foreign to me. I mean, to me, it's food's food. The school recommended a place called After All in Silver Spring, Maryland, about 15 minutes from where I live in downtown Silver Spring. I've never heard of it. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I'll give anybody a chance, especially if there's an opportunity that they're going to help my son out. They are really big on making sure, their students get involved in the community, and that was a big deal with me because I wanted to make sure William had every opportunity to become independent. When he first started going to After All, he wouldn't leave my side. He was like, very, very shy. And that was just the way he was. I mean, he wasn't very outgoing. He wasn't very outspoken. He wasn't very anything. That's still nice knowing that there's somebody that's going to watch him in the afternoon, and they're not just putting him in front of a TV saying, watch TV. He started with After All, and the staff there started working with him on how to tie his shoes, and now he's tying his own shoes. He's speaking Spanish now. He's tying his shoes now. He's the most outspoken young man I've met. I don't know where he came from in the last 6 months. He walks up to total strangers and says hi to them and waves to people. And I mean, this is night and day from the William that we had.
Hola, mi nombre es William. It means hello, my name is William. I am 13 years old and I like sports.
So I'm just incredibly grateful to the Ark and what they've done for my family. And I won't hesitate to be, Don Quixote, if you will, chasing those windmills and make sure people know what the Ark can bring to the table.